Good morning and welcome to Idrisil Gardens. I'm your host, Chance Walton. Today for a beard care product I have the Fur and the Hyde. This one is Phantom Rider, and Big Mike also sent me Outlaw Gentleman. Both fantastic. Phantom Rider is unscented. I love it. It's an emu oil base, so it absorbs really well into the skin. Outlaw Gentleman, I can't remember the scent profile, I'm sorry y'all, but I know that it starts out with a lemon, a real strong lemon scent at first, and then that fades away into bergamot, oud, a couple of other scents that really smell good. Like once you get past the lemon at first, give it about 30-45 minutes, that lemon will fade off and then the heart notes come out and it smells amazing. So shout out to Big Mike for sending me some products from the Fur and the Hyde. Love them. They're working great. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about irrigation for your garden. Last week we talked about setting up a temporary garden. Our first video was a permanent garden. And we've touched on fertilizers, soil amendments, things of that nature. So now my garden's starting to bust through. You can see I've got green beans popping in. I've got my strawberries. Heck, I've got a strawberry turning ripe right here. Got my tomatoes planted. They're starting to get big. We've got our sedum, our Japanese maple, pineapple over here. And we've got our corn sprouting already. So before long that corn will be getting tall. So for irrigation I like to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Same as you would water your lawn, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Depending on how you set your garden up will determine how you need to water. Like this temporary one, 3 times a week, plenty. Water for about 10-15 minutes, perfect enough. Everything should kick off. You don't want to overwater because overwatering leads to root rot, disease, fungus, things that would damage your plants, powdery mildew, whole host of problems, and you don't want that. So, temporary garden, water Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10-15 minutes, and before long everything will look like this. Oh look, there's another strawberry turning ripe. The best time to water your garden is going to be early morning. About 5 a.m. is perfect. 6 a.m. is fine. All the way up to 8 a.m. is fine. But I wouldn't water anything past 10 a.m. because then you're running the risk of the heat of the day. As it evaporates, less water is staying in the soil and it's evaporating out. That condensation, the humidity can lead to fungus, mildew, diseases, things of that nature. Now, if you have a permanent garden, like we talked about in our first video with mulch at the bottom, you only need to water maybe Monday and Friday, or Wednesday and Saturday. You can space it out a lot more because you don't need nearly as much water for it to kick in and activate, do what it needs to do. Now, we've talked about watering. Let's talk about pest control. There's lots of ways you can go about with pest control. There's the chemical route, but you want to avoid that. I've put Irish Spring soap on string, dangling around the garden. Now, the point of that is, for whatever reason, deer, rabbits, chipmunks, squirrels hate the smell of Irish Spring soap. They absolutely hate it. I mean, I have not seen any critter in or around my garden, and even some insects will avoid it. Another great thing you can do is companion planting your rosemary, basil, thyme, herbs, lemon balm, mint, stuff like that, because those will attract beneficial insects like parasitic wasps that will attack your non-beneficial pests like armyworms, cutworms, things of that nature. Basil is great to plant with your tomatoes because it attracts bees that will pollinate everything for you. Now, another good pest control method that you can do is you can take equal parts black pepper garlic powder, onion powder, and red pepper flakes, and some cayenne pepper or any other hot spicy pepper. Blend them up really well, mix it together real well, and sprinkle it in your garden. You can sprinkle it around the garden and in the garden. And any critters like chipmunks, cats, dogs, anything that would get in your garden and dig or walk through it, they will basically it's like pepper spray for them. You know, you have all that pepper, they don't like the smell of garlic and onion, but all of that with the hot pepper stuff, if it's like a cat and they walk through it and they lick their paws, it's gonna trigger them to sneeze, and they'll go, okay, hey, I have a reaction every time I get in this, I should leave it alone. And it works really, really well. The other option is, you know, you can plant onions and garlic in your garden for a more natural deterrent, but, you know, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, the pepper flakes, pepper powder, all that is natural, so it is safe to use, and it will also add organic matter and nutrients to your soil that will help it. So there's not a whole lot else you really need to do. You know, you need to monitor your plants, keep an eye on them for squash bugs, things of that nature. You know, you might have to get a little bit of chemicals like some bifin. Bifin is safe to use on plants. It doesn't get absorbed by them and turn them toxic like other chemicals do. So bifin is one of the safest chemicals you can apply, and it's one of the best because it's a contact kill. As soon as you spray it on there, if there's any bugs on there, they're instantly dead, just like that. So that's pest control, that's watering. I think we're good for today. We've talked about the fur and the hide. Again, shout out Big Mike. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, and we will be with y'all next week. Y'all have a great weekend and happy Easter.